We have 5 rules that we advise our clients for going green in the most credible and impactful way. The first is to know their consumer, to know the issues their consumers are aware of and concerned about. Second, to educate and empower their consumers to make a difference. Third, to make sure that they're adding some kind of value besides just quote-unquote saving the planet. Fourth, to be transparent about what they're doing and, importantly, what they're not yet doing. And the fifth, and perhaps the most important rule of all, is to eco-innovate. That means to develop new products and services rather than to simply modify existing ones. Green is affordable for consumers, and it's affordable for businesses. For consumers, it's a way to save money. One of our clients is the Energy Star label from the US EPA, and almost all of the 50 different kinds of products that bear the Energy Star label save consumers money in energy. For businesses, it can save money in all different kinds of ways, by generating efficiencies, by using less paper, less packaging, etc. And also from an operational standpoint, whether it might mean reducing the lights or water use on the grounds and other ways. Not being green can have a very big negative effect on businesses. Consumers these days are shopping with their values. They're shopping for products that espouse all kinds of green values, whether it be from raw materials that are sustainably harvested, products that can be recycled or made from recycled content. And if consumers are not aware of the environmental properties of a product, then they tend to defer to the manufacturer's reputation on any number of social or environmental issues. So if consumers are not aware of a manufacturer's initiatives, or if the manufacturer is not doing environmental things and then of course communicating them, they stand to lose a lot of business. There's all kinds of companies that are out there that are doing a great job with their environmental efforts, from small greener companies like Tom's of Maine and Aveda and Stonyfield Farm to a lot of big companies that you wouldn't think are doing a lot but are actually doing more than you think. They're just not talking about them, like McDonald's or Nike, for instance. Larger companies do have an advantage when it comes to going green from a cost standpoint, in that they can generate economies of scale. However, smaller companies also have leverage from a cost standpoint in that they tend to be very innovative, and innovative products can generate high margins. A great example is Stonyfield Farm, whose yogurt is now the number 3 yogurt out there, and it's more expensive than Dannon and some of the other yogurts that we're familiar with, because people want that organic quality now. All stakeholders across the board are pushing businesses to go green, whether it's consumers who are looking for greener products, employees who are looking to work for the greener companies, or investors who want to make sure that the companies that they invest in have reduced their environmental risks as much as possible. Companies can stay green for the long term by thinking and planning for the long term. And what that means is looking at their products and their operations from the full life cycle perspective, and trying to reduce impacts at all phases of the life cycle, and look out into the future and see where resources might be affected, for instance, or other considerations that will affect the life cycle of their products, and to innovate properly, including coming up with entirely new products altogether in order to continue to meet the needs of their customer and to stay in business, or what we call be sustainable. One of the biggest pitfalls that companies make when they're going green is to talk more about what they're doing than what they're actually doing. So you could call that over-promising and under-delivering. Sometimes that happens when the marketing department gets a little too eager to jump on the green bandwagon, so to speak. So how you avoid that is by having multidisciplinary teams work internally, such that the sustainability people, the environmental health and safety people are on those same teams with the marketing people, so that the entire effort moves forward together.